I've got a question for you, and I want you to be honest with me. Does your business partnership program go beyond snacks for your postie and contra with your local pub? I hope so. Forrester found out that brands with mature partnership programs grow revenue twice as fast and see 28% of their revenue come from emerging partnerships. I'd love to see your local pub do that for you. To get a kickstart and partner with some of the world's most credible content creators, influencers, mobile apps, and other brands on a performance basis, check out Impact, a technology company transforming the way we do partnerships at scale. Visit impact.com/growth to learn more, or jump back into episode 81, where we hear how Booktopia is driving growth through the power of partnerships.
Welcome to The Checkout. We catch up with previous Add to Cart guests and ask them 5 quick questions to get to know them better and leave you with a little extra inspiration to get through your Friday. Here's your host, Bushy.
Today's Checkout features Catherine Dix, Director of Waterdrop in Australia and also Chief Operating Officer at e-commerce agency Web Profits. Waterdrop is a brand that originally started in Europe that came via the US to Aussie shores just last year. They've created microdrops to make drinking water more fun and enjoyable, with a big mission to make sure everyone is drinking more water. Kat, welcome to The Checkout. Thank you for joining us here. We've had such a great conversation in our main chat around everything that you're doing with Waterdrop and Web Profits. We heard all about your partnership and investment with Novak Djokovic, all the way through to your 3PL experiences and much, much more. Fascinating stories so far and lots more to come. We're here to learn more about you. So I've got 5 quick questions.
Okay.
Number 1, what's the weirdest thing that you've ever bought online?
Being in marketing, I just absolutely get pulled in by so many random Instagram ads. I recently just bought those Chinese foot patches. Have
What?
you seen them?
No.
Yeah, they're really weird. They you put this patch on your foot to go to sleep and it pulls out pulls out chemicals or something.
No.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, just now you'll see them somewhere, but I did those and I have no idea if I felt any better or if they did anything.
On underneath your foot or on top of your foot?
Yeah, and it's really gross. You pull them off in the morning and they're fully brown. They've pulled out toxins apparently from your feet. And it's this old Chinese herbal thing.
All right. Okay.
I mean, why did I get that ad? I have no idea. Look out for those ads. You shall see them.
I know. They're coming now. My phone's in close proximity, so it thinks I'm probably in the market for them.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2, I think I know who you're not going to say, but I'm not going to mention them again. Who is your favourite retailer?
My favorite retailer, they are a client or partner of Web Profits, that is a brand called Outland Denim. And I am huge fan of them and what James Bartle has created. They do amazing fashion and denim, but it's all about helping get women out of modern slavery and the whole ethical supply chain. And yeah, I just think as an Australian brand, they're just incredible.
Yeah, I bought into the first round there as well.
Did you? Me too.
Yeah. So
yeah,
cool.
They're fab. And I mean, he's a Queenslander, they're the shake-up that the fashion industry needs. It's such a tough time when there's just so much rubbish happening. And
they acquired Nobody recently, didn't they?
Absolutely. Yeah. Which was really really smart move.
Yeah, really smart. Great. All right. Number 3, which e-commerce practice do you wish was history?
I hate the upsell when you're trying to check out and it just tells you that there's another deal and that there's another deal and that there's another deal. I can't stand it.
Because in that world, your product is probably very ripe for that if you wanted to go down that path, right?
Yeah, I find it really spammy. I can see sometimes how it works, but the supplement, the US supplement sites that do lots of it, where it just goes too far, I feel, and it's giving you a timer and that you accept this deal, and I think that's just so intense. But maybe it's the British in me.
I'm so stressed.
Yeah, I'm just stop asking me.
All right, number 4, can you recommend a book or a podcast that our listeners should immediately get into?
Okay, so I don't want to be a suck-up Bushy, but I did really enjoy the Sabri Subi podcast with you.
It was great. Thank you.
On Add to Cart. I listened to that and that was awesome. So if people haven't listened to that was a great one.
He is. It was all about storytelling and boy, can he tell a story. He's Very natural.
And there were some amazing nuggets. There's some really, really good stuff in there. So yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, good one. All right, last one I have for you, Kat. Finish this sentence. The future of retail is?
Really scary with the rise of Temu and Shein. Yeah. I just think Temu is frightening.
It is. And some of the figures that we're seeing come out about them at the moment, I think I saw the other day, combined, they'll do $2 billion in Australian online sales this year.
Yeah, so the fast fashion world, the fast commerce, I think it's really scary in terms of how we're operating as a world, and just seeing all these brands that are doing good, but that's so tough, and how can you take on these behemoths? So I think I'd like to, there's lots of exciting things, but I do think that's pretty daunting in terms of just what they are doing.
The thing that scared me the most the other day was I saw the Roy Morgan research that said it's actually not your teens who are buying cheap stuff with their limited disposable income. It's actually your David Jones shoppers who can afford to buy it and for it to not work out for them because they can just throw it in the bin.
Yeah, if I hear of anyone shopping on there, I'm calling them out and being like, no, do you not understand? It's terrible. So I'm a little bit preachy on it, but just kind of, it's hard though with cost of living and like pressures. And then, why would you not? But you have to kind of make an ethical. So I think that's really tough for kind of where the world's heading with those kind of growth stories. It's crazy.
Beautiful. Well, on that cheerful note, we'll finish our checkout.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you for joining us on the checkout. I love the story of what you're doing with Web Profits and Waterdrop and how they're working together at the moment. I think it's a really interesting case study, especially for the marketers out there who have dreams of, going into the end-to-end e-commerce game. I think yours is a fabulous story for them to get across. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
To hear more from Catherine, jump back into episode 402, where Catherine shares how she went from running an agency to running Waterdrop Australia. She shares why being a dealer at the Australian Open was such a good idea and how Australia Day saved the company from a warehouse catastrophe. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep adding to cart.